Right. We saw that make to stock, make to order, and assemble to order. Next is make to stock. Make to stock is working for the standardized products, and it is also good for the highly consistent demand products. There is a consistent demand and also high demand items. So these the features are natural. What is the characteristic of these operating models? You need to understand, because if you have to suggest to your clients, or if you want to use it, then you should follow these methodologies. These things are part of your, like in the CSC, any supply chain courses you read, those things would have been covered there. The MTS advantage is shorter lead time, and the forecast accuracy is that it is a cost-effective model. Loss of sales can be reduced, and there will be enough stock. But the disadvantage again, accumulation of inventory, because we are not keeping the flexible inventory. We finish the product and keep it, and increase the inventory cost, then reduced customer service will be there. Just to explain you this make to order and this assemble to order, how it is going to make. Let us take one example of laptop. So all the basic features are ready. All the basic features are ready, right? That is one thing. But here the speed, right? The speed is, there is a 8 GB, 16 GB, 32 GB, or 64 GB. For example, these are the speed. And then if I take the memory, if I take, this is 160 GB, this is 320 GB, this is 640 GB, for example. Okay, I'm just putting an example. This is 1 TB. These are some examples I have, right? Now, if I keep all this speed, the RAM and ROM as a component, but basic feature, the skeleton of laptop is ready. In make to stock, what I do is I combine this B plus, B means basic, plus 8 GB plus 160. This is one product, I make it ready. Then using the available stock, then I produce B plus 8 plus 320. Another product I make it. And then B plus 16 plus 160. Another product I produce. Like this, I produce the finish. So what is happening? This product is fixed, right? And then if a customer is coming and asking, and I want to have one, just a minute. Okay. Now I want to have, he is asking, I want to have, there is a, here 640. Customer is, these are the 5 stocks you have exhausted all, right? Now a customer is coming and asking, I want B plus 8 plus, 16 plus 840. 640. This is the customer is asking. What is happening? You had only 1640, for example, but you already converted this along with this 8 GB speed and kept in stock. But customer is asking now along with 16 GB. So what is happening now? Now you have to either dismantle this and then produce this new product, or you should say no to your customer. That is what the problem. If you produce as keep in stock, if a customer is coming and asking the same product, you can give it immediately. That is make to stock. That is advantage. But if he is asking something different, you will not be able to give. That is a disadvantage. Okay, so that is what, shorter lead time when the forecast is good, which means what you forecast, the same thing is sold, and loss of sales will be reduced because you are the stock. At the same time, accumulation of inventory is there because you keep these things, but customer is asking something, then the other things will be remain the same. Inventory will increase because you keep it as a finished product, and the customer service also may get affected. These are the disadvantages, especially when the forecast is not good. Planning strategy for make to stock. Okay, planning strategy for make to stock. So here these are the make to stock strategies like 40, 30, 10, 11, 52. As I told you, we will be focusing 40 only, because if you have to discuss strategies, no, that itself will take separately 20 hours, something like that, right? That needs a lot of discussions, a lot of examples and other things. So let us not drive into this. As I told, we'll focus on only 40. But for you to facilitate reading on these things, I will share the document which I told you. Just I take note so that I don't forget it after this question. Planning strategy document. I will send to you. Okay. Right. And then planning strategy, MTS, sorry, 10 means what? Just I give you the brief. Planning strategy 10 is used as a net requirement planning. It is used in the mass production, especially like a repetitive manufacturing in these areas, right? Like a cement production, where there is a continuous production, mass production. Here the production is done only based on the plan, not based on any order which is coming from customer. Here it is used to smoothen the production. It is used on the smoothen the production. In the MRP3 view, to update the planning strategy as 10. Then there is a strategy called strategy 11. 11 means it will consider only the plan, but it do not consider what is the stock available. For example, if I use strategy 10, right? If I use strategy 10, strategy, no, if I use strategy 10, and then if I have plan, right? If I have plan for like 1,000, I have stock for 100. So system will give what is the further production. I mean, this is the forecast. This is my production plan will be 1,000 minus 100. It will consider the stock. If I use strategy 11, system will take this 1,000 and it will give this 1,000 only. It will not consider the stock. So where the stock is not so important, just as I told you example, no, cement production. Cement production, one day they produce 500 tons, 600 tons. They keep stock of, right? Like over 5 tons, 6 tons stock is there. They will not consider about the stock, just to produce whatever we need. That is what they will plan for this 11 strategy. Okay. This is strategy 11. And then strategy 40. Strategy 40 is the one which is used to create the production plan based on the forecast. At the same time, if I create sales order, if I create a customer order, it will adjust to the stock. It will adjust the plan, sorry. So what is the meaning here? If I use the strategy 40 here, okay. Now I have forecast of 1,000. Okay. I have stock of 100, then system will plan 900. Okay. Same thing until this 10. Suppose if I receive sales order, right? For example, here I get a sales order. For example, here I get the sales order. Here there is no change in this strategy 10. Here also there is no change. But in case of 40, what will happen? The forecast will become 900. The order, no, that is becoming as the order quantity. If I get the sales order 100, then remaining is 100. Remaining I have to produce 900. That is the difference between this 10 and 40. Is it clear? So whatever the order I create, that is going to consume the plan. That is the strategy 40. If I create a sales order, that will consume the plan. So it will become like 100 and this 1,000. Anyway, the total is not going to change. 100 and this one. Okay, sorry. This one will remain the same. The only point is system is taking, instead of forecast, it is taking a firm order here. If I receive another 100, what will happen now? The order is becoming 200, right? So it is becoming 800. The order is 200 here. Okay. For example, order here, then it is becoming, it is 100 here. Again, my total is not changing. 1,000. If I have stock 100, remaining I'm going to produce 900 only. So as long as I create new sales orders, system will consume the plan there. So it is becoming my firm requirement and it will reduce my forecast. But in case of the make to stock 10 strategy 10, these also make to stock, but in 10, but if I receive sales order also, it will not reduce the forecast here. So when it will reduce the forecast, when I invoice. If I invoice 100, this will become 90, 900. If I invoice only. So that is the strategy. But here in case of 40, the 40, the forecast is reduced by sales order. In case of 10, the forecast is reduced
by invoice.
You can just keep producing it. Unless you sell it, the forecast will not come down. If you produce 1000 and if you complete 1000, that is done, finished. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now 40 is having another characteristic. What is it? For example, I have the plan for 1000. I received order for all 1000. This means this will become 0. Right? This will become 0. This become 1000. If I get it, okay. But now if I get 1100, these 40 will accommodate this also. Which means above the forecast, I can produce 100 also. When I get the orders more than forecast, that time 40 is converting from make to stock to make to order for the difference quantity. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
How about Rashid and
Yes, sir, I'm understanding.
Yes, sir.
So this is the strategy, okay? Especially this 10 and 40. Right. Now make to order. Make to order is, if you use strategy 20, it will proceed, where we take the components, produce it. This is used for low volume production and also highly customized products. And advantage is you can give it to customer as per requirement, they give the specification, and also inventory will be less. Disadvantage is lead time to the customer will be high. But again, that's what here I'm telling. To overcome this lead time problem, your sales team should keep in continuous touch with the customer. Because the orders, normally customers are not placing the orders just like that. Normally, this kind of big orders. They have a lot of thinking, they have a lot of ideas, they have a lot of projects, many things are going on. So if the sales people are working closely with your customers, at least existing customers, who they think that they are going to give these kind of big orders, you can anticipate what kind of components you can keep in stock so that you can keep these things in stock, you can reduce the lead time. Right? Again, SAP is not going to support, your business is going to support. The way you are doing the business, that is going to support. Right? And also here cost of production will be high because the scale, number of items you are going to produce less. That is make to order. And then engineer to order is, it is almost same to the make to order. Only thing is you are starting the design itself from, the lead time is starting even from the designing. Like, you have a modular kitchen, right? The modular kitchen, they do this as a make to order. Only after getting the order from customer, they make it and give it. But in case of interiors, other interiors, where your living room and other things, they will design everything along with you. Then only they deliver it. That is called engineer to order. So highly specialized products. For these things, there is no plan here because everything is make to order, engineer to order. So straight away order will be received. Strategy will be 20. Okay, strategy will be 20. And then assemble to order. Assemble to order, as I told, we plan the components or sub-assemblies and keep them ready. And then we combine them only when the customer order is coming. So it is working for the customized high volume products. Just I told you the example of like computers, laptops. And also to combine the products at the last stage. For example, you have the liquid production, like cool drinks or something, where the decision of the sizing will be taken in the last minute. For example, you produce a liquid and keep it ready. But whether you want to put 50 ml, 100 ml or 200 ml, based on the demand, what is coming from customers, you can do it. But the liquid you can produce. So up to liquid, it is a forecast. After liquid packing is the make to order. So it is the assemble to order. It is a mix of make to stock and make to order, assemble to order. So advantage is the lead time is considerably less to the customer. At the same time, variations can be accommodated. Your inventory also will be less because you are keeping the inventory only up to the component level or sub-assembly. You are not converting into finished goods. And also you can reduce obsolescence. Your flexibility is also more. Only thing is you have to keep the right components into the right mix in the organization. And even if you miss one particular product, then entire production may get affected. That is one disadvantage. But again, by careful follow-up, by careful planning, we can manage this. Strategy 50 is normally used here, which is used in the concept called push and pull. Push is to plan your components and sub-assemblies. Pull is from there converting into the customer order. That is called pull. So you push is forecast the components and the sub-assemblies, but your assembly is happening in the pull, which is the to produce the finished products. So here we maintain the demand for the individual finished products or planning family also. Planning family is another concept which we may not discuss here, but I put that what is planning family in YouTube also, you can refer it. And maybe I am planning also put on live transactions like this, one or two things, the specific things later. That time when I publish it, you can see them. Right. So this is the strategy group, what we discussed. Next is the consumption mode and the consumption period. So what is this consumption mode, consumption period? So consumption mode is the one which is telling when I enter the plan, how do I consume the plan? How do I consume the plan? So what is the meaning of this consumption of plan? Anyone have this idea? This consumption of plan?
Sir, I'll take a guess. Is it like first in, first out, last in, first out method?
Okay. You mean what?
Whether it is forward or whether our demand should be fulfilled from the current date, or it has to look in the past if you have any orders not fulfilled.
How
Something like that, sir.
Why it is called as a consumption here?
How the forecast should consume.
That is the point. Okay. How do you consume the forecast? For example, you entered the forecast here like this. Okay. Week 1, 100, week 2, 150. You are seeing the Excel now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the forecast you are getting. Okay. Now, for example, if I get one order from a customer, okay, let us say the strategy 40 we are using. So this is applicable wherever the forecast is consuming. I receive an order from customer. He is asking in the week 2, for example. Now he is placing the order for 150. What will happen now? This 50, 150, no, this will be consumed. This is going to become 100. This is getting consumed. This is becoming 100. So my total plan is 150. The point is system is consuming in this week itself. Now I got another 150 as order. What's happening? This is consumed now. This additional 50 is there now, because now already 150, 50 is there, another 50, which means now I got 200 total. The plan was 150 only. Plan was 150 only. Okay. So what should I do now? So now this is consumed. An additional 50 is there. What should I do with this? So whether I go and consume this, right? If I, or should I go and consume this? Which one I have to consume? Right? Then I can tell the system, you go and consume backward. This means system will go and consume this 100. If I put as a backward, what will happen? this 100 will become 50, and now that is how it will be there. If I put it as forward, this 180 will become 130. That is what a consumption. There is a consumption. Is it clear?
So, but if we put it backwards, and if there are other customer orders on the system, wouldn't they be in back order then? If this 50 pieces consumed backwards?
Yes, it will be there. That's what no your forecast. No, that's how your forecast is there. For example, now you consume this one. If a customer is coming ordering for here, maybe another 100 here in this week.
Yeah, yes.
But you consumed already 50.
50.
So what will happen? System is having only 50 to consume. Remaining 50 is not there. That's the problem. So this means what? Your planner should keep on monitoring this forecast versus order booking.
Okay.
The planner should keep on monitoring it. Okay, this was the plan. This is there. What will happen? Like this, you should keep on monitoring it. The planner should monitor. If there is excess consumption by the orders, then there is an additional demand coming from market, which means your forecast should increase. Or you should tell the people you cannot supply in this week 2, I can supply only in week 3.
Next week. Yes.
Right? So these are the steps you have to take, but the system will behave like this.
Okay.
Right? Now, when I'm consuming it, there are different ways to do it. As I told you, there is a backward and a forward. So now if you see here, not only the backward and forward, there is also after completing backward, go forward. So the consumption mode 1, if I put only backward.
Sir, but the starting consumption is on the current week, sir. Whether it is backward or forward, but the consumption starts from the current week.
Yes.
Okay.
Once it is exhausted, it will do this further. Then if I select consumption mode 2, it is backward, it will complete the backward, then it will go forward. 3 means it is forward. If forward is completed, it will go to backward. And then 5 means it is a periodic specific consumption. So now first you understand this 1, 2, 3, 4, then you explore this 5. And now if I tell the system go to backward and forward, how much period I can go? Backward means, okay, let me go 30 days. Go and check what is the 30 days backward plan. For example, in this case, I will ask the system, go and check the demand in the last week, which means 7 days, go and check. If it is not there, go and check in forward 7 days. If it is not there, I can tell the system not to confirm the sales order, 1. So it means system will not give any commitment. That also we can configure in the sales orders. The point is that these are the things we have to put. So this is the integration between planning and sales. Please understand. This is the integration between planning and sales orders. It is PP and SD. And you have to discuss with your sales people, sales consultant, what is to be defined here. So this is where the production, planning, and the sales should work together. Right? Backward and forward. And how much period it has to consume, those things also we saw that. Right. Now, backward period, forward period, those things we discussed. So this is how, right? I just explained you in the Excel file. This is how it is a consumption. Now you are in the period of this one, it will consume. If it is not, it will go to backward. If your plan is here, if you have to consume, it will go back forward. And then there is a demand. If it is forward means it will go and consume in the forward. If it is backward or forward means, after completing backward, then go forward means first you to consume the backward, after completing go to forward. It will not go and consume beyond this because you defined this. For example, this is a month. You define this as 1 month. If it is completing 1 month, it will go to the next month forward direction. It will not go and consume this one. So we have to keep on monitoring how much demand which is not consumed like this. If you enter the demand in system, for example, you enter the demand in system like this. And by forward and backward, you consumed these 50. Sorry, that out of these 150, you consumed 100. Remaining 50 is there. And then you keep moving there. So what is happening? The 50 will remain the same there. We should not keep it. They should not keep it, because this will be taken as a demand always by the system and the MRP is running. Right? MRP is running. Then it will be giving additional requirement, which is not required at all, because you know once the period is moving, what will happen? You will keep going. Week 6, week 7, like this you will keep going.
Could you
What
please
will
repeat,
after
sir?
some time you will forget this week 1 there is a 50. But system will keep in reminder, it will keep in mind. It will always plan material for this 50. So what
Could
you
you
should
please
do?
repeat this last point, sir?
Now, if I have this backward and forward consumption, I got this, consumption is done for this for week 2. Based on the backward, out of 150, I consumed 100, remaining 50 is there. But when I am working further, I will keep week 3, week 4, week 6, because I am going towards further. I will focus on these week 2, week 3, week 4, week 6. Like week 1 is not appearing here like this. Practically also your week 1 you should have forgotten. I had the plan there. But what system will take, there is a demand in week 1, it will plan for that week 1. Unnecessary, it will keep on planning this week 1 requirement. You got it? Because this is the forecast you entered there.
Yeah, but the 50 will be used by the by orders that will be dropping in week 1, sir.
If the order is coming, the order is not coming there. Because we are in future, right? For example, further orders, I will get order here, maybe I will get order here, I will get order here. Like this, I will keep on going. And my backward consumption was only 7 days.
Yeah.
My backward consumption was 7 days. My forward consumption was maybe around 7 days again. Which means if I go here, right, then system will not go and consume this. If I am going to week 3, then it will not go and consume this, right?
Yes, sir.
This means what? This 50 will be always there in system.
It has to be deleted by the planners, right?
So these kind of remaining plans, or these are all called residual plans.
Okay.
Should be removed periodically. That is called PIR, Planned Independent Requirement Reorganization. This is called PIR reorganization. This we'll discuss during demand discussion. But PIR reorganization, the concept you have to keep in mind, because you have to remove these kind of residual plans. You got the point?
And if it is left there, then it will affect the history, right? Because future forecasting is based on past history. So this will give us incorrect forecast for the future, right? So if it is not taken out.
Sorry, repeat, please.
Yeah, if this residual plan is residual forecast is not taken out, it will affect the forecasting for the future, because the planners who do the forecasting will use the past history to predict future forecasts, right, sir? So
right.
That has to be okay.
Yeah. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Rashid and Penny?
Yes, sir.
Right. So consumption mode is the period maintained on the working days again. Please understand, is working days. We discussed now so far, planned delivery time is calendar days. Goods receipt processing time, working days. Right? Your replenishment lead, okay, we have to go into discuss it. This consumption mode is also working days. Okay. And here sales orders, material reservations, dependent requirements will be consumed based on the strategy we selected. Means what are all things will consume? These are all based on the configurations. And the customer requirements outside the consumption period, they will not be consumed. That's what I told. If it is 1 week, no, beyond that, it will not get consumed. If no consumption period have been maintained, you only consume the requirement for the particular same day only. What is the demand on the same day only, it will consumed. All these things, right? You can do the test for different scenarios. As of now, you can take the details what filled there based on the master data which I filled. But if you want to do some testing based on different variations, for example, if I don't fill the consumption period, what will happen? If I fill the consumption period, what will happen? All these things you can try. That is what you have to practice. That is how you have to learn SAP. Whatever I say, you will not be able to get 100% unless you practice it. Okay, then is the allocation of customer requirement PR is carried out dynamically. This step means that if sales order or planning are rescheduled, the allocation is deleted, redefined. Now, many companies, if you go consumption mode, they keep 999. Backward as 999, forward as 999. This means they do not know how to use this function.
Okay.
If your planning has to happen properly, if your planning has to happen in the controlled way, you should define these parameters in a practical, possible way.
So
for example,
even if
backward consumption, I can define maybe 7 days. Beyond that, it is useless. Forward consumption, maybe I can put some 15 days. Beyond which, if I go, that is also a problem. In addition to this, I should also monitor how much I planned, how much system consumed. If system is not consuming at all, which means that either my sales order booking is not coming as per the plan, or invoice is not happening as per plan, then I have to raise this point with my sales. Or if the order consumption is always consuming backward and forward, every time it is full, means the plan what they are given is completely wrong. They are underestimated the plan. So I need to go and take up with the sales people, guys, please be careful, because I have to plan. How can I plan it? Even if I put no, especially when the high consumption is happening, I put the plan as weekly basis. Okay. Now here I put the plan on weekly basis, 150 I planned it. But suddenly these guys are bringing 250 numbers here, 250 numbers here. System will theoretically consume the plan and confirm them. But I have to produce, no, I bid the materials only based on this 150. Where can I get the material? Maybe I can manage with some safety stock. But after that, so these are the points, no, we have to discuss. Safety stock is to take care of actual fluctuation, not for the manually built fluctuations.
So I have a question, sir.
Yes.
So the consumption mode is put to 999. What if we have a separate system for carrying out the planning, sir?
Yeah, that is okay.
If we
see, if all the planning is done out of the system, okay, all these things are just for its namesake you are using it.
Okay.
Okay. Right.
Yes, sir.
So next is so these are the factors. The others we were not focusing as of now. Next is availability check.
ATP.
Availability check is a field which defines how the availability of metal to be checked for different requirements. This is the field which is telling that whether I have to consider how much, which are all the incoming elements I have to consider, which are all the outgoing elements I have to consider. The planner should understand how this availability is working. And then replenishment lead time, I explained already. Total replenishment time need to be completely available again. This is for all the bill of metal items starting from beginning. Cross project means this indicator says that takes all the stock MRP relevant units in the project stock segments. For example, if it is a make to order, system has to consider all the stocks availability, then it has to do. That is something, but again, we are not going to use this field here as of now. So now let us explore this availability check. Availability check is a process of checking availability of material we can check, capacity we can check, production resource type check. Availability check means. In this MRP3 view, the availability check field is for Material Master checkup. But you can also do the availability check for your capacity. That is defined in your work centers. Production resource tools, which means the tools and fixers. When you start the production, you want to check what are the relevant tools to produce the products are ready. What is the difference between the materials and tools? Can anyone tell? We are putting here materials and production resources. What is the difference?
The type of material type defined in SAP. So
no, don't come for the metal type in Material Master. Practically, you tell me what is the difference between metal and PRT?
The tools, we never do the planning for the tools. For material, we do the planning. For example, cleaning machines, we don't do the planning, but we allocate some time, but we never do the planning.
No. Maybe I think maybe your understanding probably is there, but you are not expressing it fully. Materials means these are the metal which are getting consumed in the product. You are giving some materials.
But tools does not. Yes, sir.
Production resource tools are the one which are used. They are support the production. They are not consumed. For example, you are producing one plastic material. For that, there is one like a mold or press is required, which will know the press it and bring it in this required shape. That the requirement of this tool is just to press it and give it. But without that, you cannot do the production. Only with the plastic you cannot do the production. You should have this the pressing or the tool. That should be that to carry out the production. So this checking has to be there for PRT when you release a production order. If you give production order, but there is no tool, that's a problem. One thing. Second thing, also you need to understand what is the life of the production resource tools. For example, you have a tool that will process around maybe 5,000 plastic items. But after that, the dimension, other things, that the surface will be losing its strength, or instead of smoothing, it may become rough. So we have to send it back. I have to again refurbish it, again get it back. All these things I have to do. So for these production resource tools have to be monitored. Anyway, we are not going to discuss this production resource tools in this course, but you need to understand this. This is one of the point which is required. You have to learn, of course. Capacity, we'll discuss what is how to monitor the capacity booked. We are not going to discuss capacity leveling and all here, because that again, as I told, for a strategy, capacity leveling and all, that is another 5-6 hours will be required additional. I will tell you how to monitor the capacity. Anyway, because now sorry, Kani is there with the APO, right? Probably she may know capacity, or PPDA she may know the capacity, but those are the things which are addressing more specific on capacity, not this regular SAP. Okay, right. We'll come back to material availability check after 7 or 8 minutes, because this session is getting completed. Now the time is 11:09. We'll take also 15 minutes break now. So 11:10, we'll come back at 11:25 India time. Okay. Now take the break. Another 15 minutes will join.
Thank you, sir.